After the first flush of excitement, they began to notice evidence of gross luxury, pots of caviar and chilled champagne. There were hundreds of jewelry boxes, all empty now. And there were crates of cash, millions of newly minted notes. Chito Roque shows what happened that night.
At around 1 o'clock in the morning, I was all alone, so I decided to walk around. I entered the room of Mr. Marcos. Just like a hospital. I mean, it was really stinking. And I could see a lot of gadgets. And later on, we found out this was the dialysis machine. And I saw this filing cabinet, so I opened it. And I was very surprised to see the combination.
Taped inside the drawer was the number of the combination lock. "I don't speak Swiss," Roque said later, but the files spoke for themselves. These papers are the basis for the allegations against former President Marcos. Next morning, more documents were discovered in a secret vault, and others have come to light in Hong Kong, Hawaii, Switzerland, and the United States. But what Roque found that night were the first clues in the search for the Marcos millions. It was less than 4 weeks later that a most unusual visitor made his way towards the headquarters of the Swiss Credit Bank in Zurich. He was a Filipino businessman called Michael de Guzman, and he had come from Hawaii. Marcos's son, Bong Bong, had told the bank to expect de Guzman. He had been sent to make a withdrawal, $213 million in cash. De Guzman then produced 2 identical documents that read, "Please hold all securities and cash at the disposal of Michael de Guzman, who will present this letter to you in person. He will identify himself by presenting his passport." One was signed Ferdinand E. Marcos, the other Imelda R. Marcos. The bank officials asked him to come back the next morning. Then, late in the afternoon, they placed an urgent call to Bern. Because Switzerland's famous banking secrecy does not apply to dirty money, they wanted guidance from the Federal Banking Commission. The man who took the call was Daniel Zuberbuehler.
The bank said that for the time being they could hold him back, but that on the next morning they would send us a telex advising us that they would dispose of the funds within a few hours if we did not issue a prohibition order.
In Bern that night, the Swiss government was attending a state banquet. The news from the Banking Commission sent them into a huddle. At the dinner, they issued an order to freeze all Marcos accounts.
We told those banks who had funds would have to give confirmation in writing that they would not release any funds without prior approval by the Banking Commission.
Zuberbuehler won't say how many accounts and how much money Marcos has, but he does confirm that Marcos has Swiss accounts.
I think we can, because otherwise these measures would have been obsolete. There are certainly some accounts here.
The Swiss banking authorities froze the accounts without the Philippine government even coming forward to ask for it. This is unprecedented. It has never been done in the past. This is a result of concern around the world, but especially in Switzerland, about the use of the Swiss banking system to hide dirty money.